Prophet ﷺ worked as a shepherd till the age of 21. Till the age of 21, Rasulullah ﷺ worked as a shepherd every single day. A few lessons to take back of why this experience was necessary for Rasulullah ﷺ and every prophet that came before him. Number one, the Prophet ﷺ was being taught of how to be the caretaker, how to be the one that brings the flock together, making sure that he is paying attention to every single detail. When you take on these positions of leadership, and subhanAllah, when I was thinking about this point today, I said, look what Allah put the prophets do, allowed the prophets to do, and what He put them through in order for them to take on a position of leadership. And how easily we take on positions of leadership. Like, these people had to be shepherds and struggle for 12, 13, 15 years in the same task, doing the same task, same responsibility, so you can rise in the future and be something and give back to the people. And subhanAllah, nowadays everyone wants to become a leader. Everyone wants the title without the work. And what process do we take in order for us to accomplish that? How many people have we served? How many times have we went to places that people have never been to? And if one is not, or he or she are not at that level, or have not yet prepared themselves, then don't take on this position. Because leadership is beyond strategy. I always tell people, you can always hire a strategist to strategize for you. It's not a difficult thing to do. A 5-year goal, a 10-year goal, anyone can do it. But how do you become the caretaker of the community? How do you take on this position and care for the masses? These are things that we're missing. And Allah knew how difficult, subhanAllah, the responsibility is for those prophets. So all of them worked as shepherds. So the Prophet ﷺ was a responsible individual. Also, number two, being a shepherd teaches you and I how to be forbearant and how to remain patient. Because every animal goes by itself. It needs someone to control it. It needs someone to be aware. Everyone is in their own place. So you can't just say, I'm going to focus on 5 people and neglect 2, 3 that have just driven themselves away. So when one works as a shepherd, their eyes are everywhere. This is what happens to a shepherd. Their eyes are everywhere. And if you ask people that have worked in the bilad long time ago, they understand what it is. SubhanAllah, you see shepherds sometimes sitting on the tip of the mountain or side of the mountain, and you see animals a quarter mile away, and they're focusing on everything. They know everything that is happening. And subhanAllah, this is what it does to you. So it does train you and I of how to be patient. And of course, to take the time to bring the animals together. Number 3, it taught the Prophet ﷺ how to be humble. The Prophet ﷺ was so accepting of this that he would speak about it in public in the future. A man came to Rasulullah ﷺ and he began to shiver. He was shivering in the Prophet's presence. And the Prophet ﷺ said, Hawwin alayk, calm down, it's okay. فَأَنَا ابْنُ امْرَأَةٍ كَانَتْ تَأْكُلُ الْقَدِيدَ بِمَكَّةِ. I am the son of a poor mother that used to eat dry bread and soup in Mecca. Just calm down, I'm a normal person. It shows you how humble Rasulullah ﷺ was, and all of this was due to his humble beginning. Imagine if Rasulullah ﷺ took on this responsibility, being reminded that he is the son of Abdul Muttalib. You are from the family of Banu Hashim. You are this, you are this, you are this. Or the Prophet ﷺ being trained by Allah, being a shepherd, taking care of his flock, bringing the flock together, learning patience in the process. And sallallahu alaihi wasallam did all of that with so much humbleness. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was very humble. And this is what this experience teaches you and I. Number 4, it teaches people of how to rely on oneself. Yes, we rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But sometimes we also spoil our kids, we spoil some people where they don't take on these initiatives to provide for themselves and their family. Working in Islam is ibadah, it's a form of worship. And the Prophet ﷺ, his first job was at 8 years old. 8 years old. And this is how Islam promotes work. A lot of people think when we talk about minimizing one's attachment to dunya, you leave work, you leave everything, who cares? No. Early on, the Prophet ﷺ was working. And he promoted such behavior that people work, look after their families, because the more you have, the more you give. It's not about self-growth all the time. That I just want to gain more and more, but I'm willing to share it with people. And how can I give that which I don't have? So taking on this responsibility.